Coming up on Double Take Sports Talk, we are going to discuss the Thursday night game between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. We will talk about that and our predictions coming up next. All right. Double Take Sports Talk. 5 good minutes with the Watts brothers. I'm Darren on the other side of me, Daryl Watts.
All right, what's going on?
All right, nothing much. Okay, we got a little something different on the docket today. Well, not on the docket, but we're just doing something a little different. We're recording at 11:30 our time, p.m. Getting close to midnight here.
Yeah.
Considering with the time and things that's going on, this was the best time that we could fit in to actually do this. So it's going to be a little different. The show will be out at 5 in the morning, so most of y'all will be getting up in the morning and most likely be seeing our shows out there already. California, I know y'all had 2 o'clock in the morning when that comes out. In Arizona, it's the same way, and Texas, y'all are an hour behind us, I believe. But yeah, that's a little something different that we're doing today. Recording early. But other than that, today on the docket we got the preview for the NFL game. For tonight's game, that would be the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. You ready to do this?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'm ready to rock and roll with this one.
All right, let's do this. The New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. That is Thursday night, which is tonight on CBS NFL Network also at 8:25. The Buffalo Bills going into this game averaged 160 yards a game, whereas the New York Jets averaged 340 yards a game. Passing yards per game, the Buffalo Bills averaged 65, where the New York Jets averaged 152 rushing yards a game so far, considering it's just week 2. Points per game. Bills 7 and Bills. That's the Bills was just 7 points a game, and the Bills 7 points and the Jets 22. Third down conversions. Jets and the Bills are very poor. 33% for the Jets and 23.1% on third downs for the Buffalo Bills. At time of possessions, the Jets, I have no clue how they put this statistic, 2,093 of time of possession, and for the Bills, 1,627. That's for the offensive end, and for the defensive end, you have the Jets at 381 yards allowed per game, and the Bills at 308 allowed yards per game, and passing 324 for the Jets, 225 passing yards allowed in the game. The Jets for rushing yards, 57 yards allowed in the game, and the Bills 83 yards allowed in the game. Points per game, 23 for the Jets allowed points in the game, and the Bills 13 points allowed in the game. And lastly but not least, third down conversions. The New York Jets 27.3 and the Buffalo Bills 40% allowed third down conversions, percentage wise converted. So that being said, what do you have for tonight's game?
Here's the thing. Both teams got their work that needs to be cut out.
Yeah.
So, and this is a tough decision, and I actually studied the stats here a little bit, and they both lost, last week. So, in this in particular case, I'm going to go ahead and go with the New York Jets in this game.
For me, you gotta like mine. I'm also going with the New York Jets for tonight's game. I am definitely going with the New York Jets. Of course, Buffalo had lost to the Baltimore Ravens 7-13, and the Jets lost to Cincinnati by a point. What do you expect to see in this Jets and Bills game for tonight?
I am expecting Matt Forte to have a pretty decent game.
Mm-hmm.
He did have a pretty decent game last week. He was just 4 yards shy of getting the century mark of 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he will break that barrier tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And but Tyrod Taylor, he's going to struggle again. He's going to struggle again. He can't find the rhythm. He don't have good receivers right now, and most of the receivers are hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be a kind of like a backing up process for Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that New York are going to come out with a vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to have a pretty decent game too. But at the same time, he is going to have pretty much so. He's going to throw some interceptions also, but I expect him to have a pretty good game.
I'm just looking at the quarterback matchup against the prospective defenses. I'm looking for Tyrod Taylor's against New York Jets defense, and I'm looking for who's the quarterback for
Ryan
the Jets?
Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick against Rob Ryan's defense. I am really looking forward to see how Ryan Fitzpatrick handles the Bills' defense now that Rob Ryan is their defensive coordinator. So I'm curious to see how that comes out to be.
Absolutely.
I'm very curious to see if Ryan Fitzpatrick would be able to succeed in their offensive flow. Although they have thrown 188 yards per game, even though this is just week one, it's pretty low. So and the Bills have allowed 225 passing yards a game. That's not nearly enough to what Ryan Fitzpatrick had.
No doubt.
So I'm curious to see what this defense have up their sleeve for Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I'm curious on the opposite side what Ryan Fitzpatrick have for.
Good AFC East match.
I want to see how this works out for both teams. It's going to be a very interesting game. Jets, Bills, 8:25 tonight on NFL Network and CBS.
All right. That was our 5 minutes. You can check us out on the social media side and listen to more of our podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at DTSD2414. Like us on Facebook, Double Take Sports Talk page at The Watch Brothers. Subscribe on YouTube and also subscribe to our podcast on the podcast app featuring iTunes. Of course, we got the blog featuring critical thinking of analysis. You can check that out at DoubleTakeSportsTalk.blogspot.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Darren, and that's Darren on the other side of me. Catch up with us on another episode. Until then, ciao.